You know, I love movies. I even dreamed about being an actor one day. But some of these characters, some of these actors or actresses, their acting is so real that they will capture your emotions from the screen. You ever watched a movie and they leave you sad, mad, or happy? The ending of the movie sometimes it can even leave you in trance to where you like, why did that just happen? Your mind it blacks out that this was just a movie, but your subconscious mind it cannot black out that the feeling and energy they felt when you was watching this movie it was so real that you really felt that this was happening inside your subconscious mind. It was taking place and you felt every sad, happy, angry moment, every energy that your actor or the actress felt, you felt it too. So how do they capture your emotions and energy? Let's take a look. Some of these actors, they have to channel a spirit in order to even be in that state of mind. For you to be an actor, sometimes you will have to empty your vessel and let other spirits control your vessel. So everything will go perfect. Before we go any further, y'all remember how Denzel Washington played Malcolm X? You guys watched the movie? He played the character of Malcolm X so perfect that even himself he couldn't even believe it that he did that. He said things that he didn't even know that he was saying during the play, and even after the play when Spike Lee said I cut, Denzel Washington was still playing, he was still in character for at least 5-10 minutes. This happens when this whoever whatever spirit possess you, you don't want to let go. So you kind of still stay in character and you just keep going because you're not you anymore. He also confessed that he prayed to the spirit of Malcolm X to help him bring his character exactly like Malcolm X. In other words, he prayed for Malcolm X a spirit to possess him before shooting the movie. Now, let's watch this clip and see what he has to say about him playing Malcolm X.
Listen to this. You channel the spirit of Malcolm. Because I remember one specific time where, we went to Malcolm's speeches. And once you finished with the text, you kept on going.
Right.
And we I didn't say cut.
right.
We kept
loading the camera.
We kept loading the camera. And there were many times in that film where we all had to pinch ourselves because we thought we saw the reincarnation of Malcolm. It wasn't about impersonation.
Right. Try to capture the spirit.
The spirit, and just trying to, act as well. I'm going to look like him and that. But that's just surface stuff.
Will Smith called me before he started Ali, and he was saying, what should I do? And he did the voice for me, and he had it. I said, I think you should go to Michigan and pray with Ali. When I did Malcolm X, I would just pray every morning, before I came out of that trailer. I was like, Malcolm, come on, because it's not for me.
Right.
It's for him and for those, hopefully, that he affected.
Do you guys remember when Michael B. Jordan had to go to a therapist after playing Killmonger in Black Panther? See, sometimes when you channel a spirit, and once this spirit enters your body, it is not easy to shake this spirit off of you. The spirit of Michael B. Jordan that he channeled, it seemed like it did not want to leave. So he remained in character. He remained in character even after the shooting of the movie Black Panther. For him to even channel the spirit of Killmonger character, he had to shut out anything that has to do with the love. So therefore, even though after the shooting of the movie was over, the spirit and the energy was still there. And this will leave you confused, hatred, and also it will leave you trying to think and, trying to pull yourself, out of that character. It'll be hard because the energy still has not left yet. Therefore, you will lose yourself playing this character because you are not in control anymore. Whatever energy that you invited, whatever spirit that you channeled, if it decides to stay, you will have to go see a therapist to shake it off.
I would channel his energy. I would just ask to be around.
When did you feel it the most?
Honestly, it was when it was on the platform, and we could only use it while the train wasn't running.
Yeah.
And tons of extras, limited takes, one camera. But that's where his presence was around me the most. I think at the platform for sure. It was it's that weird eerie feeling, but it was a good feeling. I don't think I could have done it without him being there.
Him, Oscar.
Oscar, yeah.
The energy of Oscar.
The energy of Oscar, his presence for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
time. Like I shut out love. I didn't want love and affection. I wanted to be in this lonely place as long as I could in order to kind of capture the essence of what Eric, Stevens was, what Killmonger was. So when we wrapped the film, I'm like, in my mind, I was like, okay, cool, go back to, regular life, get back to LA and be cool. But it was a little tough for me at first to kind of like accept.
It was hard just to lay him down,
yeah,
and be done with it.
Yeah.
How did it take you a while?
It took me, I don't really know exactly when I came out of it, but I went to therapy, what I'm saying? I started talking to people, started unpacking a little bit.
That's why I think it's interesting for people to hear that even though you're playing this character, sometimes the essence of that, the energy of that still remains.
1,000%.
Still remains.
And like,
before we continue, I just want to say thank you for being with The Mind is the Altar. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and also feel free to comment. How many of you guys have seen the movie The Dark Knight? Yes, I'm talking about Batman. I've seen that movie multiple times. I like the performance of the Joker. His name is Heath Ledger. I just want to say, rest in peace. But he did a good performance. His performance was so perfect that it shocked the other cast members that they were there. For him to channel the Joker, to be in this character, he said that he had to lock himself in his hotel room for 30 days in the dark. And he also had a diary that, with this diary, he wrote down some notes, like whatever voices he was hearing during at this time, he would write down some notes. So this way, he can bring the Joker character more into the screen, more, into this reality. I know a lot of people, for them to do any acting or anything, some of us, they have to do some ritual. But when it comes to channeling, some of these actors, they will even go beyond the limit. For you to spend time in the darkness for 30 days, to isolate yourself from everyone else. He isolated himself from everyone else just so he can create and bring out and channel this character of psychopath known as the Joker. He said that he didn't get enough sleep, only 2 hours of sleep. And we all know when your brain don't get a lot of sleep, you'll start to hallucinate. You'll start to hear voices. You'll start to see stuff that's not even there. So with him as the Joker character, he said he heard voices during this time, and he wrote down on his diary, so that way he can bring this character out to the big screen, like the character of the Joker, not only him playing as a Joker. So therefore, he was going through channeling the spirit of the Joker. Some of the cast members, they said his character was so scary, and you can feel the presence when he walks around, the film set. You can feel that this guy right here, he is no longer Heath Ledger's. He was the Joker. They said that he dressed in costume, he stayed in character, he had all his makeup on, even though he was not shooting that day, he stayed in character. Why? Because he was no longer Heath Ledger. He channeled the Joker spirit, and this energy, this spirit, it was always there with him. Even after the movie was done, even after the dark of the night was done shooting, he was still in character.
And we would talk about it and that sort of thing.
Wow.
Just a really great guy. My one experience with Heath on the film was our scene together in the hospital bed, which is really my only scene with him. And it was, I was in the hospital bed that day, and I thought, well, I don't really have any lines. What am I going to do? And I had no idea what was going to happen. And so I got in the bed, and they were lighting, and Chris was walking around and doing things. And then Heath came around, and Heath was always in character. So he would come around and, be talking to himself in the corner, like this. And then he would come up. I was laying there, and I was watching him the whole time. And he came up and would walk around me like this. And I would watch him, and I would watch him. He'd walk around the hospital bed like this. I'd watch him. Didn't say anything for maybe an hour. He would walk around. And then we'd watch him, and then he'd start saying his lines. And I would watch him, boom, watch him come around the bed like this. And then all of a sudden, my hand would go up like this, and he caught my hand. So we just went through this organic process of developing this scene, which was really nothing. And then when we came time to shoot, we had this thing beautifully choreographed, and we never said a word to each other.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it was a long day, and we walked out back to our trailers, and Heath was here, and I was walking, and he puts his hand on my shoulder, and he goes, "That's what acting's all about."
I'm only burning my half. All you care about is money. This town deserves a better class of criminal. And I'm gonna give it to them. Tell your men they work for me now.
When you go on acting school, on acting classes, the first thing they will tell you is to empty your vessel, become somebody else. In order to do this, you will have to forget who you are in order to invite whoever you're going to, become. Therefore, for you to do this, you will have to open up this door to where you can invite your character or your spirit. Like Denzel said, he prayed that Malcolm will be with him. So therefore, he had to put Denzel Washington aside in order Michael to enter his body and act. And this is how, there's every actor, there's energy. There's, they come with this energy from, if they're playing somebody else who passed away, they come with this energy from the different realm. And some actors, they are totally be in this character to where they will capture your emotion, your energy. You will feel for them. You'll feel sad. When they're angry, you'll feel angry. You're on their side. It's all about energy. See, they're so good. Some actors, they're so perfect to where people on the outside, in reality, they hate them for them acting. It's just an acting, right? But this energy affects them in real life. Why? Because everything, it has to do with energy. And for them to be in this character, for them to even pull your energy, for them to cast this spell on you to where you feel for them, they will have to channel this character or this spirit so you can connect with them. Now, there's a lot of actors who don't always channel a spirit, but those who channel a spirit are the ones that they really capture our emotions and energy and feelings. So next time you see out there watching, your favorite actor, ask yourself, is that them? Are they in character? Or did they channel a spirit? Because everything is so perfect. And don't get me wrong, there is a training classes on how to act. So you can act like someone else. But there's also a channeling, a spirit, so it can possess you. It will do all the work for you. But for this spirit to do this, they will ask you to learn how to empty your vessel so the spirit can take over. Now, I'm not saying these actors are bad actors. I enjoyed their movies. I'm just saying, sometimes for you to be the best, you'll have to go through darkness before you come to the light. And sometimes you don't need to take this road to where you're using spirit to possess your body, to use you. But if you're doing that, then that's your path. You can't tell anybody what to do. But I want to say all these actors, they're very good actors. We do enjoy their movies. Now I'm going to have to end on this. I just want to say, be careful out there, protect your energy, and thank you for being with the Mind is the Author. I'll see you in my next video.
Malcolm. It's more than just an impersonation. It's more than just us dyeing his hair red or putting on the glasses or the voice. Because all that shit is superficial. Denzel knew he had to be in a space spiritually where Malcolm come in his vessel. So that's why he was able to do that 5-minute thing after the scripted pages ended. That was Malcolm and him. Malcolm came into his soul right there. I said Denzel, he could not remember what he said. Gotta put the work in.
That's right.